everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Hallmark Heartbeats, a podcast all about Hallmark movies. I am your host, Camille, and today I am joined by reigning king and queen of Hallmark, Andrew Walker and Nikki DeLoach. They're here to talk about their newest project, Curious Caterer, Dying for Chocolate. And oh my gosh, you guys seriously are, in my opinion, at least in the royal court of Hallmark, because you have done this is your fourth project together, right? You guys did.
It is, yeah.
Fortunately. Hopefully many more. Hopefully many more.
I mean, what is your secret to working together? Are you guys always wanting to work together? Are you how's the casting work that you guys are always paired up?
Well, I think we were just lucky to be in our first one together, and it just so happened it came at a time where Nikki was
a perfect catch, right? That's the perfect catch.
No, A Dream of Christmas.
Oh,
A Dream of Christmas, yeah. And Nikki was a new mom. I was a new dad. We bonded over just being new parents, and also our love for football and sports and other things. And I was like, this girl's awesome.
Who's your team?
Well, I grew up in Canada, so I college-wise, I just took on USC because I spent 20 years here, and I like USC, and I've seen some really great games with Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. The Reggie Bush was amazing when he was playing there, and
dream time for USC.
Dream time for USC, and also Pete Carroll when he was the coach there. He had so many good years. And then I jumped on the Chargers bandwagon. But now I'm both the Rams and Chargers. But if it really came down to it, I'd go for the Chargers because they were my longer term NFL team.
And who's your team, Nikki?
Oh, Georgia Bulldogs all the way. I'm a maniac for it. And we won the national championship this year, which was, I can't even tell you. This past year, I can't even tell you. I mean, my husband heard me down the street yelling. I think I heard Nikki I won
up the hill here.
I won the game. I mean, you grow up, most of my family went to UGA. Most of my friends went to UGA. My brother played baseball at UGA. I used to fly home to see anywhere between 4 and 5 home games a year in Athens. And, and also I think for me and Andrew, it was just sport in general. We both played sports growing up. And I think we love the mentality of athletes. And I think we take that into what we do on a set, like how we like to work, how we both, it's a team activity, making a movie. It is, every single person is important. I love the way, when I see Andrew walk onto a set and introduce himself to everybody, I go, oh, that's exactly what I like to do when I walk onto a set. I want to introduce myself. I want to know everyone. I want to thank everyone for a great day. So we kind of conduct ourselves the same way on set too. Just so mindful and appreciative of everything that everyone brings. That's that team mentality that comes from sport as well. And also pushing yourself, always trying to get better, always trying to get stronger. And that not just being at your craft, but it's the wholeness, mind, body, spirit, all of it, trying to get better all the time. And so we just have a lot in common, actually. We're very, very, very similar people. And so it wasn't just that on that first movie, it was a natural chemistry, kismet happening. And when you also recognize in someone else, Andrew said it in one of our interviews, just like a creative muse, that is very true. And I think after that day, we were always just trying to find ways to work together. And if I had an opportunity to throw someone's name in the hat, it was Andrew Walker. And then, a couple of years ago, I was like, I want us to do a mystery wheel together. I want this for us. And lo and behold, this happened. And it's a dream for both of us. Like, we're so happy.
I was saying in a
be able to
previous
do this.
interview, Camille, really fast. Sorry, Nikki. I was saying in a previous
No, go ahead.
interview that Nikki had said to me a couple of years ago. She's like, we're going to do a mystery wheel together. And Nikki she's witchy. She's like, she manifests these things, and they'll come to fruition. If she says it, it's going to happen. And I'm very similar like that as well. I feel like I create my own destiny, my own world, you know, and you can. And so when she said that to me, I'm like, yes, we are going to be doing a mystery wheel together. I love this. And she was also working on developing some stuff herself. So she was like, if it's not going to be this, it's going to be something else. So I think there was, just a bit of both. It was just naturally and I'm so thankful that fans responded the way they responded to Nikki and I being together. Because I also feel like, and I said this last interview, but I don't know if people know that Nikki's an acting coach as well. So for me to be on set with her, she's always going so much deeper and really striving to create or do the best work that she could possibly do. And I do too, but sometimes it's just, she has a different perspective of working through scenes, you know, and compared to what I do maybe, but together we do, like Nikki said, we do have a very similar work ethic. And that really what it comes down to is like the formula for success coming into these things is just work, ask questions, just try to extract the most out of the material. And then you'll just be able to have fun with it, you know? But so I just feel so fortunate that I'm able to be working with my creative muse.
Same, buddy.
Oh, cute. But I do have to say though, Nikki, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when the title of the mystery series came out as Curious Caterer Dive for Chocolate, I was thinking to myself, like, this is the fourth or fifth project that Nikki has done that has to do with food. You've done cranberries with Benjamin.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true. I did cranberries.
Maple with Andrew. Chocolate also with Andrew. Cupcakes with Dylan. And I believe 5 more minutes you even did Christmas cookies or something, right?
That's true. And if it doesn't involve food, I usually try to either get food in there in some situation, like, because of just giving myself a primary, secondary focus in a scene. I'm like, is there something I can be snacking on? Is there something I can be like, can I get something that I could do with my hands? Like the bugles in Love to the Rescue, whenever I was like eating the bugles off my fingers. Food is a great it's a great use of like a secondary focus when you're in the middle of a scene.
So what's the next food that you want to work with?
Oh God, hopefully it involves French fries, because that's my favorite.
Manifest that.
Yeah. Wait, Andrew, I think we know though, if we do a second one of this, we know. Wait, we can't tell them though. Don't say that it's a surprise. It does involve a food product, Camille. It does.
Yeah.
Well, it's a curious caterer.
So maybe that'll be the next one.
Yeah, but it's like, instead of chocolate, it involves like some other specific food situation.
Yeah. Honestly, was hoping like somebody would die in like a vat of chocolate or something.
Not a bad death.
Listen, if you're going to go out, might as well be in a vat of chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, how did you guys get this project? The Curious Caterer, how did that come about?
Heather Overton.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Heather Overton to thank for this. She's an executive at Hallmark, a creative executive. She's brilliant and also the loveliest, and been a dear friend for a really long, like just a friend, actually. We've known each other for a long time. And never got to really work together until I did Cranberry Christmas, which was hers. And then Sweet Autumn was hers too. And, but like for years we would just have lunch and be friends, and we only knew each other really on a personal level. And, oh my goodness, I just love working with her. She's just so wonderful and smart and talented. And, you know, when she was asked, you know, who would you love? Like, who do you envision in these roles? And she said, Nikki and Andrew. And so without her saying that, who knows what would have happened? But, you know, we should send her some gifts, Andrew.
Maybe send her a box of chocolates. Send her a box of chocolates.
Yeah, we should send her some gifts.
It's true, Nikki. Yeah.
To say thank you, because I mean, honestly, like what a gift it was for us to be able to do that. But it's all for her. Yeah. All about her. I mean, all because of her, yeah.
I have to say that I like this one because I think this was like, first of all, Nikki, I think this is the first movie that I've seen you do some kind of stunts. Like you were following the woods. Being
like
chased.
Stunt-ish.
Yeah. I mean, what was your favorite part of filming this mystery? Other than obviously working together.
Just the diving into this character for me was just something different. I've never played a role like this on Hallmark, and I'm just peeling off the layers of who this guy really is, and playing a detective. Watching some of the shows that I watched. Thanks to Nikki, she'd recommended to me watch Mayor of Easttown, and so I watched that. I watched some True Detective. Columbo, some episodes. But it was just, it was fun to really dive into the psyche of a detective. And
I was thinking Law and Order.
Yeah, I actually did watch a little Law and Order as well. And I watched some Bosch too.
Bosch.
Some stuff.
Bosch is great.
So, for me, it was an opportunity. Nikki and I had said we have the trust of the viewers. We've done 3 of these. Let's do something different, and let's just. Hey, they could either like it or not, but at least it'll be different. And that's what we were going for. I definitely didn't want to do another project with Nikki that was just, another project that, it's great. So much fun to do these projects, but I wanted to really get into some things, some uncharted territory. And so for me, this project was allow me to explore a different facet of who I am as an actor and a person, and just, and really dive deep into like what a detective really goes through. Somebody coming from San Francisco as well. San Francisco is the city is a big city, and it's big. It's a little dangerous now. There's a lot of things that you see a lot as a detective there, I'm sure. And so, when you really think of the details of what these people go through, it's real tough. So I think the weight of Tom Schultz and his, in all of the struggles that he's gone through, a recent divorce, his wife left him when he came, when he was going to Elk Park, committed to Elk Park, because of her. So that's what kind of, what interested me in doing this movie.
Yeah. So I personally liked, the sort of touch on addiction that it brought, with the who did the killing and why, which I was kind of surprising that Hallmark kind of brought that storyline of addiction into this project.
No, I think that they're trying to expand on the stories that they tell. And to be honest, mystery and drama is a great world to be able to do that in. And I'm happy about it. I mean, I think, at Christmas Con, I've done a couple of those now, and it's always a great place to ask like people who are avid Hallmark watchers, like, what haven't you seen that you want to see? What do you want to see more of? And the response I got from people about 5 More Minutes was pretty extraordinary, to be honest. And And everybody kept saying, we want more true stories. We want more real things. We want to see real people dealing with real problems. You know, we love the fantasy, but like, we want to see the stories come out of fantasy a bit and like anchor into something that's real and grounded in something that we're going through on a daily basis. And I think that, you know, Hallmark has started over the years to really, like, even in Cranberry Christmas, we explored, you know, a couple who was separated on the verge of divorce. And then, you know, coming into, well, in 5 More Minutes, it was all about grief. And this, you know, just touching upon the world of addiction and what that does to people, and how hard that is, whether you're the one suffering or you're the one that loves someone who is suffering with addiction. That is something that I'm really proud that they're starting to explore, you know, this worlds like that, because it's just not something we've ever gotten to do. And I think it's important. And I think that our audience is hungry for it. And so I agree with you completely. I mean, I don't think it's surprising knowing the direction that Hallmark is wanting to go in, but I do like it. I do.
Andrew, have you like found a newer respect for the police taking on this role, kind of thing? Like a greater respect that you already have?
Look, I've always had a great respect for law enforcement and police, and my cousin is a police officer, and you know, it was interesting actually. One of the actors on set, Jason, who plays Archie Dennison, he's a police officer as well. Yeah. But yeah, I think every time you're just reminded of it, right? Like when I have an opportunity to play a role like this, then I start diving into that world a little bit more, and then it makes me realize to the degree that these guys put their lives on the line, and not only that, but it's a heavy burden to carry. You know, the things that you see in your day. I go shoot a Hallmark movie for 15 days. I'm gone for 24 days. I come back home and I get to be with my family, and it's the greatest experience ever to be working on a Hallmark movie. I couldn't imagine going, you know, up at 7, going to work and seeing the things that these guys see, and then coming back to the house at, you know, at whatever time they come back at. And then, you know, I'm sure it skews your point of view of humanity in a way. And I'm an eternal optimist. I love seeing the best in people. So as you know, as a detective or as a police officer, I'm just the byproduct of that is ultimately you see the worser side of people and humanity. Yeah. And then that's kind of the first thing you see, you know? So, and so it's tough. Yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, I definitely have a great respect for police and law enforcement in general.
All first responders. Yeah.
Yeah. All first responders.
So if you guys were to tell people, spend the next 2 minutes or whatever, tell people why they should tune in. Do you want to go ahead?
I'm happy to jump in here. I have 2 words: Andrew Walker.
Andrew Walker in uniform.
Listen, Andrew Walker. Well, he's a detective, so he's not necessarily in uniform in this.
It's hilarious.
But he does have a badge. Oh my God, I can't.
It's really funny because there's scenes where I'd have my shirt and I'd like untuck it a tiny bit. Nikki's like, she'd look at the badge. She goes, "We all know you're a cop, Andrew. You don't have to show your badge. You don't have to show your badge."
He refused.
No, I want to show my badge, Nikki. Okay,
all the time.
It makes me feel tough. Okay, I don't get to wear a badge often. Okay, let me wear my badge. Let me have my badge out a little bit. And then she'd see me in another scene,
like a kid in his costume, like trying to make sure in every take, like just making sure that badge is out. Like I just have to and just make it sure that it's out. And I would just like watch him, just like, oh my gosh.
I was like hoping you would like do some kind of Power Ranger move where you show your shield or something. You know
What was the thing you caught me doing, Nikki?
Oh God. Camille, I have several videos. Okay, I have one video of him making sure that his badge is out, like so he's tucking his shirt and he's like, you know, making sure that it's. I catch him and I'm just like secretly recording him, and then I caught him in another moment where he was trying to do a video of like, you know, because he has a gun as a cop and the whole thing, and he's like doing a video over there, and he's like moving it around, and he's like doing this, and he's trying, you know, doing it.
Showing all my hardware.
Secretly filming from across the room, watching him do this. Like, I just saw, you know, because I have 2 boys, and well, Andrew has 2 boys too, but I just saw like that 7-year-old, that 6 and 7-year-old inside of it that I've seen with my kids too, of like when they play, you know, when they play with their Nerf guns and they play the cops and robbers and like all the stuff, you know. I just saw like the little kid Andrew, and
and then she sent it to my wife, Camille. She sent it over to my wife, and she goes, look what your husband's doing on set. Look how tough he thinks he is.
Oh my God.
Look at him. He's like a little boy. He's like a little boy at Halloween.
Oh my God, how adorable.
Which Cass very much appreciated. And I knew she would.
She appreciated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She doesn't need any more dirt on me.
No, I know. But I mean, but for real though, you know, and Camille, you said you watched the movie, right? So you can attest to the fact that Andrew is so different in this. Like, yes, he's still charming, and yes, he still brings his Andrewness to it, like his presence. He's very present when he works, and he's very there. He's with you. And that's all still there, but like that normal, you know, like happy, falling in love, everything's okay, like that kind of spirit that he naturally brings to Christmas movies or rom-coms, as one does. That's kind of, you know, it's pared down, and he gets to play this different type of character that I don't think our audience has ever really seen him do. I'm just really excited for people to see him in this role, because like with things like this, like you have to just kind of like leap into the world, right? I mean, even the poster, it's like dying for chocolate, right? It's like this very specific tone that you have to play in. And I'm excited for people to kind of just like, it should be fun. It should be, you know, it should feel like kind of like that giddy, fun entertainment that you can just like watch for 90 minutes. Like you're not going to get too, it's not going to get too intense, right? But a little intense. And I think it's just going to be a fun ride for people. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah, well, I actually had the opportunity of watching the movie between our interviews today. So I watched it, and I just have to say that this is like, already everyone knows that Nikki's an incredible actress. She's so accessible to her emotions and present. That's, I think, when we talk about that, that's something that she's got my back in the scene, and vice versa. And, you know, and so we know that. But honestly, I think this is Nikki's best performance, at least in a Hallmark movie, that I've seen. And her layers that she brings to this character are incredible. Cassandra watched it with me. We're on this rainy LA day, and she was like doing work on her laptop, and she's like looking over. She's like, "Nikki is incredible." And I was like, you know, some of the stuff that we go through on set, you don't know. Like, there's so many times Nikki's like she's broken up about this best friend of hers that's suddenly, you know, been murdered, and so she's carrying this, and it kind of like it comes up, and Nikki's like, her emotions are so accessible, and yet it's not too much, and she's also trying to solve this murder, and she's funny, and she's like brings this. So I think this is just, I was blown away with your performance in this movie. Honestly, it was incredible.
Thanks,
and I'm really proud of our work together. You know, I was like, okay, I can't wait for people to see this. And,
I'm so excited to see it.
I love you both. I do love you both, but I have to say, your co-stars rock too. I mean, like,
right?
Oh my God! I was talking to one of your co-stars just after seeing the movie. It's like, how did we do? And I was like, y'all did good. I didn't have no clue who the guy was until the very end.
Or girl.
So, yes. I had no clue who the murderer was.
I was just gonna say, or a woman.
You know, it was a night. A couple of mysteries before, I've had inkling, but I had no clue, and the why and how he got caught and stuff was totally surprising, which I like.
We had a phenomenal supporting cast for this. Like Andrew and I kept talking about it, like how lucky we were. Every single person, no matter whether they had a large role or a couple of scenes, like everyone was fantastic. Every single person. We were really, 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 it was, I mean, we were playing with like, we were getting to play with people who were just bringing it. And that was such a joy. It was really a joy because, as Andrew said, there's nothing like being on set and then having somebody on the other side of you in a scene, like catch you, you know what I mean? And knowing that like, whatever it is that you put out, they're on the other side they're taking and giving back. They're taking and giving back. And that's the fun of acting. Like that's how it should feel.
Yep.
And this movie felt like that throughout. Like it, you know, I felt that way, like not just with Andrew, and I always feel that way with Andrew. Like that's part of the thing. It's like I never really have to worry. It'll always come together with him. Like we'll figure it out. But in this movie specifically, the whole supporting cast was that way, and that was just really, it was a joy, and we're so lucky that we got all the wonderful actors that we did.
Just before we leave, I was going to just say, Antonio says that he wants to pair up with you next, Nikki. Because I told him, I was like,
what about me? What about me, Antonio?
He said that he worked with you before, but has never really worked with Nikki before. And I mean, like, I know Hallmark's trying to progress, but I don't think you and Antonio being a romantic couple is...
I'll fall in love with Antonio.
You guys, by the way,
the weight of my heart's through my belly. Antonio has three restaurants.
Oh yeah, I know. I talked to him. So
you also would be hands down the most good-looking couple ever to hit the screens of Hallmark, Andrew and Antonio. I mean, fire.
Yes, let's do that. That would be awesome. An Andrew and Antonio Hallmark movie.
Here we go.
That's so totally break Hallmark. Well, I loved working with him. He's a great actor, and also, gosh, he is just a gem of a human being. I mean, just a wonderful human.
He said, I'm sad that she didn't choose me. And I was like, get with Nikki on the next movie.
Hey, there's always Christmas. There's always Christmas.
I know, right? That would be awesome. But who would you guys like to work with next? You guys have done 4 projects together. Who's
Andrew,
next?
who haven't you worked with that you'd like to work with?
Well, I want to work with Nikki DeLoach next.
Yeah, on like 16 more of these.
On 16 more Curious Caterers, exactly.
I would be fine with that.
For me, it's the ladies. I'd really like to work with. I would really like to work with the ladies. I'd love my sister in crime, Ashley Williams.
Oh yeah.
She's one of my best friends, and I would love to like do some kind of cool sister thing with her. That would be fun.
Andrew,
Ashley Williams would be fun to work with. I've heard great things about her.
She's so great. Andrew, she's so awesome. Yeah, she's amazing. Talk about like a force. She's so smart. She's so gifted. She's incredible.
Yeah, I would love to work with Aaron Krakow as well.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And I think there's been a little buzz about, potentially us because of Tyler Hines and her doing, it was always you.
And you playing Bill on One Calls the Heart.
And then it would give my character Billy a chance to redeem himself again. Well, I wouldn't be Billy, but give Andrew a chance to redeem himself again.
I would love to see you and Aaron together. And I'm gonna change my answer. I would like to do a movie with Aaron and Ashley. How's that?
Oh my God.
So we both want to work with Aaron. I love Aaron. Aaron's fantastic. I love her. She's so great. I'd love to see you guys y'all should do a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Maybe Billy could come back to Hope Valley too. finally redeemed himself.
All of it, whatever. Let's just do it all.
Did they kill you off? Did they kill you off? Or are you still?
No,
on?
he just
I
ran
went
away.
to jail.
Yeah.
I got put away.
Oh, you got to get out of jail.
I know. They were talking about having me come back as a reformed. I found God. I come out. I'm a aspiring pastor.
Yeah, I think I need
interested.
to see this. They need to do that.
That would be cool. Shoot, who do we have to talk to get that to happen?
Brian Bird, baby, Brian Bird.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining me, and I am so happy to talk to you guys, and I hope that everyone likes Curious Caterer, because I did.
Thanks, Camille. Well, thank you
so
for
much,
taking
Camille.
the time. Sending you so much love. Mwah.
Camille,
Bye.
take care. Thank you so much. Yeah, sending you lots of love too.
Thank you. Bye.